start to find some stillness, closing down the eyes. You can rest your hands on your knees or wherever feels comfortable. Starting to notice your breath. And how it feels. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Just focusing on your breath. The mind wanders. Come back to the breath. Our breath will be our anchor during our practice. Create stillness in the body and in the mind. Take your hands to your heart center. To Anjali Mudra. Keeping the eyes closed. Sitting up tall. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, we'll exhale with an So together, inhale. Now we'll take our hands and place them out in front of us. Start to walk your hands forward onto your mat. And then just bringing the forehead to reach the mat, relaxing through your arms, and just dropping the head down. Whatever leg is on top in your cross-legged position will feel more of a release through your outer thigh and your glute. And then start to walk your hands back and change the position of your legs. So if your right was on top, put your right on the bottom. So you're switching the legs, and they'll start to fold forward on your opposite side. Also bringing the head down to the mat. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Start to walk your hands back. We'll cross at our ankles and come up to your tabletop, into a child's pose. So for child's pose, take your knees out wide and walk your hands forward onto your mat, feet together at the back of your mat. Bring your hands forward and drop the forehead to the mat. Deep belly breaths. Stretch out your hands in front of you. Push the mat away with your hands. Spreading your fingers out wide. Using the strength in your hands to push your body back so that your hips come to meet your heels. Find that long extension from your tailbone to your crown. hands back to meet your legs. You're sitting on your heels. And then come into your tabletop. And so I'm just gonna go on my side for this one. But you'll be at the front of your mat. And you're in a tabletop, so you want your hands to be at least shoulder width distance apart. And you want to spread your fingers out wide here so that you can really grip the mat. And so now with your knees, they'll be directly stacked underneath of your hips. And your feet are just relaxed at the back of your mat. And you'll take your right foot, I'm a little bit sideways here, but take your right foot into the back of your mat and extend your leg. And then once you're here, inhale, take your right foot to the side, so you're opening up through your hip. Your toes are flexed with my big warming socks, but anyway, your toes are flexed and you're pushing the ground away with your hands. You're creating some protraction in your shoulders. And at the same time, taking your right leg out to the side. And you point and flex your toes towards your face. So you have that engagement in the leg. And then bring the leg back. Point the toes down. Inhale, leg to the side. Exhale, leg straight back. Inhale, bring the leg to the side. Exhale, leg straight back. And one more time, inhale, bring the leg to the side. Exhale, leg straight back. Good. Now we'll change and do the other side. So take your left foot and place it inside the belt. Toes pointing down to start. And you'll take your foot to the side, rotate your hip to the side, and point your toes towards your face. Exhale, leg straight back, toes pointing down. Inhale, leg to the side. As far forward as you can. Exhale, leg straight back. One more time. Inhale, leg to the side. Exhale, leg straight back. Good. And take your left leg out of the belt. And then just some simple cat-cow stretches. So drop your belly down and gaze up towards the sky or the roof. Shine your collarbones forward, drop your belly. And then exhale, round your spine. Gaze towards your belly. Dome your upper back. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine. Come back to neutral. And sit on your heels. Push your hips back into your heels, using your hands to push yourself back. And then from the top of your mat again, place your right leg inside the belt. And you'll extend back into a half split. So with your right foot in the belt, your toes pointing down, start to walk your hands forward and push your hips back. so that you feel the stretch along your right side leg into your growing. And then inhale, come back. Release the foot and change leg. So place your left leg inside the belt. Have your hands forward and slowly start to bring your body back. Bring your head down to the ground. Push your hips back with your hands. Flex your toes down. Slowly come back up. Quick little child's pose again. So spread your knees out wide on the mat, feet together. Push your hips to meet your heels, using your hands out in front of you. Slowly starting to warm up the body here. Good, now come back into your tabletop. And we'll take our right foot into the belt again. And then you'll extend your left leg back into a downward facing dog. So right foot is on the belt, left foot on the ground. Your right foot that's on the belt, your toes are pointing down, so that leg is also active. And then the strong foundation in your hands with your fingers spread. Bring your shoulders in towards your spine. And then take a deep breath in here, inhale. And exhale, you'll take your foot and bring it to the top of your mat. So if you need to use your hands to assist you to walk that foot to at least the top of your mat, find your balance, and then slowly, with a slight bend in your knee, rise up. Inhale, warrior one. And then you can extend the legs straight. Gaze between your hands. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to your heart center and fold forward. Place your hands to frame your foot at the front. And then step back to your chaturanga. So if you want, you can do the variation here and place your left foot down on the mat or your knee. And then bend through the elbows. And then push up to upward facing dog. And then back down to downward facing dog. Deep inhale here. Exhale. And then go ahead and switch the legs. However you get there. Switch the legs, inhale. Exhale, take your right foot to the top of your mat. Find your balance. With a bent knee, slowly rise up. Inhale. Straighten your standing leg. Gaze between the space between your hands. Inhale. Pinky fingers pointing in. Exhale, hands to your heart center, fold forward. Take your back foot either into the belt for a full chaturanga, or again, take your back foot to the back of your mat or your knee, bend through the elbows, and then push up to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now we'll go through that sun salutation 2 more times. So just follow along as much as you can. And if you need to rest, come into a child's pose. So inhale, switch the feet so that your right foot is inside the belt, left foot on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, take that left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up, slight bend in the knee. Exhale, stand. Gaze between your hands. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Your variation of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Switch the feet. So left foot in the belt. So breath here. Inhale, right foot to the top of your mat. Keep the bend in the knee as you rise up. Inhale. And then straighten the front leg. For the standing leg, gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight, flat back. Crown facing forward. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into your chaturanga. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale. Place your right foot in the belt. And then inhale, left foot to the top of your mat. Keep the bend in your knee, rise up, warrior one. Stand up straight. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Gaze up. Downward facing dog. Left foot in the belt. Inhale. And then take your right foot to the top of your mat. Rise up, inhale. Warrior one. Flex your back foot. Keep that leg active. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Release the belt. Drop onto your knees into a child's pose. Quick little recovery here. So come back up into your tabletop. Check out that your hands are in the right position, so at least shoulder width distance apart. Again, spread your fingers. Then take your right leg and place it in the belt. And come into your downward facing dog with your left leg on the ground. Inhale here. And then exhale, step your foot to the top of your mat. Rise up, straight leg, inhale. And then on your exhale, pivot your body so you're facing the side. And your right leg, your right toes are pointing forward. And then bring your arms into a T position. Gaze over your middle finger. Soften your shoulders. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, reverse your warrior. So take your top hand, your top hand, and reverse it over you with your right leg in the belt. Slide your right hand towards your toes or your ankle. Get a side body stretch here. Deep inhale and exhale. Frame, come back to your T position, and then rotate back to the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here again. And exhale. Inhale, right foot to the top of your mat in between your hands. Find your stability and rise up. Inhale. Straight leg. Flex the foot behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Pivot your standing foot to the side. Point your toes and the belt facing forward. Bring your arms straight down in a T position. Gaze over your middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Deep inhale here. Exhale, come back to standing, to facing the front of the room. Pivot on your foot. Hands to your heart center and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, everyone. Just taking a couple of breaths here before we go into our next sequence. So start to walk your feet towards your hands to the top of your mat and come into your ragdoll. So in ragdoll, our feet are hip-width distance apart, and then you let your body hang over your thighs. So you might have to micro bend your knees or bend them a lot. But you want the connection between your upper body to your thighs, and then let your arms hang loose, grabbing onto opposite elbow. And you can stay still here or sway side to side, bending through the knees. Do whatever feels good here for your body. And then release the arms. And slowly start to bring your body vertebrae by vertebrae to a standing position. Head is the last thing to come up. Okay, I think we're ready to go for some side down play. So take your belt and adjust it so that it is so the belt is at your pubic part. We're gonna do a frontward entry. So yeah, just make sure that it's around your pubic bone. Once you have that, just pull on it. And we're gonna go for a twist into our belt. So if you're familiar with this, join in. If you aren't too sure, just watch and then join in. But most of you should be familiar with how to come into this one. So I'm gonna face this way so you can see my face, but come into your frontward entry and let the belt rest on your upper thighs so that you can have a long straight spine. And we'll just wait a couple of moments for everyone to get there because I can see you. Most of you are already there. And then we'll take our right hand and place it on your left knee, and then take your left hand onto your sacrum, so your lower back area. And then you're going to use your hands to twist your body to the left side, twisting up, twisting over your left shoulder into a full spinal twist here. Take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, see if you can find that space to twist a little deeper. And then gently release. Come back to neutral. And then take your left hand and your right hand onto your sacrum, changing sides. And then so inhale, and on your exhale, use your strength in your arms to pull yourself into a deeper twist, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale. And then on your exhale, twist a little deeper. Gently release. Just place your hands on the ground into sort of a V shape. Your feet together. Just hang here for a couple of moments. You might want to take your hands behind your head, interlacing the fingers. You need a bit of a neck stretch. You have a straight spine from your tailbone to your crown of your head. Imagine your spine lengthening. So good for you. Another inhale here. And exhale. And so we'll come back up to standing. And so you can either choose to just place your feet onto the ground, or come out of it in your fancy way, holding onto the belt. I'm just going to place my feet down and come up slowly. When you come up, tilt your head to the right side. So we're upside down for a little bit. Tilt your head to the right side and then to the left. Just to find that, get the blood back into your body. Awesome. So grabbing onto the belt, belt in front of you. Feet can be hip width distance apart. And we're just gonna sit down slowly, taking our time to bring our knees down to the mat. We're just gonna warm up our shoulders here and also our full body. I'm gonna turn to the side, but most of you will be able to take your hands from the outside, from wrap around and then in. to take your hands to bind it together. And we're gonna do some body rolls here. But take your, hold on to the belt firmly and start to see what feels. Keep your elbows bent and start to bring your body down. And you might just stay here and then push your hips back, roll back, and see if you can bring your chest, lift your hips up and look back. Sort of like a camel, but using the belt. And then sit your hips down and then come back up. Roll forward, elbows bent. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, lift your hips up. Gaze back, open your chest. Let your head drop back if that feels comfortable. Bring your hips down. Inhale. Exhale, roll forward. You might find a little bit more openness here. You might be able to bring your whole body down to the mat. Keeping your arms a little bit bent in the elbows, or your arms might go straight. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, use your arm strength to pull your body back up. Sit your hips down on your heels, roll back. Hold on to the belt, lift your hips, gaze back. One deep inhale here. Exhale, sit your hips back down. And come back to center. Okay, so holding the belt again out in front of you. Plant your toes. So you're sitting up on your knees, and plant your toes and use the belt to pull yourself up into standing. Very simply. We'll do another frontward entry to warm up our shoulders. So again, the belt should be it'll be the same height that it was for you before. So place the belt at your hip bones and come into your frontward entry. Stop the swing, let the belt sit into the crease of your thighs. Place your hands on the ground, stop the swing. And then you'll take your hands and take them your fingers inside and your thumbs outside. And we're gonna extend the legs as we rotate our shoulders out. And then take the knees into your chest and rotate your hands, your whole hand and your whole arm, so the shoulders rotate in and your hands are rotating in as well. Inhale, extend the legs. So you're flying, shoulder blades back and down, collarbone shines forward. Flex your toes or point your toes. And then exhale, knees to your nose. Rotate the shoulders in. Exhale, rotate out. Inhale, rotate in. Exhale, out. Do this a couple more times. Play with where your hands should go on the belt. I need to bring my hands up a little bit further to find that little bit of a back bend. And then inhale, in. And then exhale, couple more times. And then release the arms down. And this time we'll just place our forearms on the ground. Let your body hang loose here for a moment. And then again, choosing the way that you'll come out of the belt. I'm just gonna come out of the belt normally. Place my feet down on the mat. Let the blood settle again. We will do some dancer's pose. So standing in front of the belt behind you. We will start by planting both feet firmly into the ground. So here, the structure of Tadasana, so 4 corners of your feet firmly planted into the ground. Lift your 10 toes and spread them. I can't see my feet right now because I'm wearing socks, but imagine that you can see them. And then start to place your toes firmly into the mat, just like you were with your fingers, really gripping the mat. And start to hug your muscle into your bone throughout the whole of your leg so that you feel that connection from your feet to your crown. Once you have the strong foundation here, then you can take your right foot into the belt behind you. And your foot will also be active in the belt here. And so you'll take your belt in your hand and step forward a little bit. And then reach behind you. So however you get there, but we want to have our foot into the belt. You might need to step forward or step back, depending on the range of how your belt is set up. For me, I need to step back to be able to lift my leg up and reach the belt. So once you have a hold of the belt in your hand, keep grounding down the standing leg and flexing the foot into the belt behind you. You're gonna grab a firm hold of the belt and start to use it like a strap. So you're pulling with your bent elbows straight out behind you, elbows in, and pull your foot up using the arm strength and then straightening your arms. You might bring your body down, or you might adjust your hands so you can get your foot a little bit higher. Gaze is in front of you. If you fall out, just come back in. Inhale. Push your foot into the belt. Let your leg come up higher using your arm strength. And then slowly release the belt behind you. Take the foot out and we'll change sides. Place your left foot into the belt. And again, make sure that that right your standing leg is firmly connected to the ground. And take your knees in towards each other. And again, grab onto the belt behind you. Adjust yourself so that's comfortable. And then grab firm hold of the belt. Inhale. Exhale, push the foot into the belt as you extend your arms straight. Bring your body down. Adjust your hands if you need to. Bring your foot up. Inhale. Gorgeous dancers. Exhale. Bring your knee in towards the center more. And then slowly release the belt. Whew. And then release the foot from the belt. Go into our backward entry now. So again, most of you will probably know how to get into your backward entry, but I'll demonstrate it for those that don't. You're gonna take your belt to the back of your sacrum and hold the belt firmly on your hips and start to bring your body back, spread the legs open, and then bring the feet together. Stop yourself from swinging. Hold here for a moment. And we'll do half pigeon. So take your right foot and hook it onto the left side of your strap so that you have a good hold here of the belt with your right foot. And then with your arms, if you have a strap, you can use a strap. But if not, see if you can reach behind you to grab onto your right foot, your left foot with your hands. And so your arms are straight and you are looking maybe towards your foot. You want that chest opening, and also keep pushing the foot into your hands. So you get a nice stretch through your arms. It's also stretching out your leg. Hold here. And then gently release the foot. And then switch the legs. So take your left foot and hook it around the belt. And then take your hands behind you and grab onto your right foot. And then again, see if you can open up through your chest, pushing the foot through into your hands. Maybe gaze towards your foot. Deep inhale here. And exhale. Release the foot slowly. Take your legs out wide into starfish. Whee. And take your hands into starfish as well. And then you can come out the fancy way or just place your feet back down on the ground. If you want to come out the fancy way, scissor your legs, hold on firmly to the belt, and start to hold your body and slowly start to scissor your legs down to the mat. And then head to the side. Slowly standing up, head to the other side. Well done, everyone. Just taking a couple of moments here to find that stability again. So just before our peak pose, we're going to do some more standing balances. We're using the belt. So to begin with, let's take our right leg into the belt and with your knee bent, to start having your knee straight out in front of you, flex the foot, and then take the hip, the knee out to the side. Inhale, and then exhale, bring the knee back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, back to center. And stay like this, or where it gets funky. Put the belt, step back a little bit, and put the belt onto your ankle. Have the leg out straight in front of you. Hold on to the belt firmly with your right hand. And then take, so if your knee's in the belt, that's fine, but if you can extend your leg, then start to take your leg to the side. Open up through your arms and gaze over your left shoulder. Flex the toes towards your face. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly take the leg back out in front of you. And release the belt. So we'll come back to our standing position and take our left leg this time. Now, knee out in front, flex the toes forward, firmly on your right leg. And then exhale, take your knee out to the side. And then back to center. And then open, inhale, open. Keep your torso facing forward. And exhale, knee back to center. One more time, inhale, knee to the side. Exhale, knee back to center. And stay here with a knee in the belt, or take your ankle into the belt, out in front of you. Hold firmly with the belt. Find, might need to step back or step forward to have that balance. And when you're there, inhale, point the toes towards your face, and then exhale, open up through the hip. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And take your leg back to center. And take your foot out of the belt and come to the front of your mat. We will take, again, the belt behind us. Place your right foot in the belt behind you. So you're kind of in that warrior one position with your toes pointing down towards the ground, and you're standing up straight. And then inhale, raise your arms up, gaze up. And then exhale, fold over your standing leg into a standing splits. So use your hands to push your body back in towards your leg. So you make that connection with your torso to your thigh, and then maybe your head towards your shin. Use your breath to find more of a deep stretch to the back of your leg. Keep the toes flexed in the belt at the back of you. Find that balance. Play more with the balance here by taking one hand or two hands off the mat, and keep using your hands to pull your body closer down towards your leg to full standing splits. And then slowly bring your hands back down towards the mat. Rise back up, micro bend in the knee. Inhale. And then exhale, airplane. So, or warrior three. So bring your spine split so that you have a straight line between your heel and the crown of your head. Bring your arms by your side and hold here. Use your breath. And then inhale, take your hands to your heart center. And slowly start to take your left hand to the mat. Maybe outside of the mat so you have more of a foundation. And then start to open up through your right arm towards the sky. Flex your back toes so that they're facing to the right. And open up through your right shoulder. Stack your hips as best as you can. And then inhale, forward fold. Fold over your standing leg. And then take your foot that's in the belt out of the belt and place your foot down and forward fold over both legs. Exhale. Inhale, stand up. Arms reach up. Hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, take your left leg behind you. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with our standing split. So inhale, reach up. Foot is flexed in the belt, toes pointing down. And then exhale, hands to your heart center and come into your standing splits on your right leg. Bring your hands down to the mat. Use your hands to push your body closer towards your leg. Take your hands to your heart center. And then slowly take your right hand down towards the mat, maybe on the outside of your mat again, and start to peel your left side body open into half moon. Stacking your hips, one on top of the other. Reach up with your left hand. Look up towards your left hand if you can. Flex your back toes. And then forward fold over your standing leg. Release the belt with your foot and bring both feet together and forward fold over both legs. Okay. And then slowly start to peel your body back up. All done, everyone. Down to the fun stuff now. Just before we come back down to the mat and cool down, we're gonna do some crows, half crows, and then full crow. So bring your belt pretty low towards the ground, not touching the ground, but maybe just below the knee would be good, or at least at the knee. You just want to be able to reach it when you're in a plank. So bring your, I'm going to go to the side, but everybody can just kneel down on the ground here. And we're going to take our hands out in front of us, planting our hands down, kind of like in our tabletop again. But this time we're going to take our right foot into, both feet into the belt. So first we'll start with a plank. So follow along if you can, and if you feel like you need to rest, come into a child's pose. But plant your hands firmly down into the mat and then place both feet into the belt so that you're in your plank. And then take one Take your right knee out and bring it towards your tricep. Inhale. Touch your knee to your tricep. And then exhale, leg back in the belt. And then left side, inhale. Left knee to tricep. Exhale, leg back in the belt. One more time each side. Inhale, right knee to tricep. Exhale, back into the belt. Inhale, right knee to left knee to tricep. Exhale, foot back into the belt. Release both knees down to the ground. And come into a little recovery child's pose. That fun's not over. We have one more little set of this. When you're ready, come back up to all fours. Place your feet both back into the belt again. Lift up into your plank. Protract the shoulders. Bring your belly button into your spine. And then take your right leg out towards your tricep. Inhale. Leg back in the belt. Other side, left knee to tricep. Exhale, leg back into the belt. Right side, back. Left side, back. Hold here into your plank, and then both knees back down to the mat. Ooh, child's pose. I don't know if it's just talking and doing this that's hard, but I'm feeling it. So if you're feeling it, we're feeling it together. And we're gonna do both legs. So it's essentially our crow pose. So if you're working on crow, this is a good way to work on crow. So again, your hands planted into your chaturanga or downward dog hands. So spread your fingers, push up into your plank, and then engage from your toes to your crown. Bend through the knees. Try and bring your knees towards your triceps. They might not touch, but engage your core. Protract your shoulders and really push the ground away. Keep trying to bring your triceps your knees towards your triceps. And then exhale, plank, and then drop down to your knees again. Ooh. It's a child's pose. Shoulders should be burning. Core should be burning. And if it's not, you can do more of these later. Okay. So this is the fun one. Let's see if we can get there. But it's called Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Again, take both feet into the belt. Plant your hands. Come into your plank. And if you haven't done this one before, maybe just watch. But you take your right foot out of the belt. Start to take your right tricep, your knee, onto your tricep and bend through the elbows, leaning, and then extend your front leg and your back leg. So you're scissoring your leg, and there you have Eka Pada Koundinyasana. And you can release your back foot from the belt, or just stay here, and then take your right leg back, come onto your belly, and rest. Rest for a moment. Catch your breath. Take both feet back into the belt. We'll do the left side. So come back into your plank. And then take your left knee to your tricep. And bend through the elbow so you create some leverage here. And then start to bend through your elbows, extend both legs. And then take your left hand back. And then come back down onto your belly. And then you can release the belt behind you. And if you're on your belly, take both hands to the width distance of your mat and push up into a sphinx. Both legs out behind you. A couple of deep breaths here. Push, release the bend through your elbows and come back down to your belly. We'll push back into our heels, our hips to our heels. A little mini child's pose. And just before we come down to Savasana, or to our cooling down, we'll just come into your backward entry. So backward entry, bring the belt to your sacrum. We can't finish this class without a bit of abdominal work. And so come into your backward entry. And take your legs out wide and then feet together. And then we'll do a couple of variations of ab workout here. So take your hands behind your head, feet together. And then inhale, bring your head towards your feet. And you'll do 10 counts on your own. Inhale and start now with 10 counts. Bring your head towards your feet. And then feeling that engagement in your core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your legs out straight. Wrap your feet around the belt. The same positioning that you do handstand. Place your hands on the ground and push your body up so that you find that you can bring your legs closer in together. Keep the feet flexed. And so now you're in your handstand. Drop the head down. Push the shoulders in towards your spine. Flex the feet. And now you can release the hands. And we'll do the same abdominal work here, grabbing onto the back of your neck. And we're gonna try, I say try because I can't actually reach it yet, so I'm still working at it myself, but we're gonna bring also our head towards our feet for 10 counts, keeping the feet engaged. So inhale and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, retire. 9, touch your toes. 10, nowhere near my toes. And then place your hands back down. Start to take the feet in towards each other. And then hold on to the belt and come out in your way of choice, scissoring the legs or just placing the feet down. with control. Stand up, head to the side. Head to the other side. Take your time coming out. And you're still with me. So before we get down to the ground now, I promise it's the last one. Find your balance again. And we're actually going to step into the belt with both feet facing each other and the knees outside. To a little restorative stretch here. So your legs are outside, feet together, and then start to take your shoulders inside so that you can place your hands in front of you. And then also stay here, or if you wanted to have one last upside down before we come to the ground. Yeah, you can close down your eyes here. And then you can stay here and just enjoy this nice restorative stretch. Or hold on to the belt with your elbows outside and start to go forward, just slowly. You can help yourself down until you're upside down again. And just a bit of a different stretch here, but in either position, closing down the eyes, bringing your hands to your heart center. We're in our cool down now, so you can start to relax the mind again, ease our breath. And if you're upside down, hold the belt, grab a firm grip. Might need to walk your hands up the belt a little bit, and then start to dome your back. So it's like a rounding to come up. And you find yourself back in the starting position. Take your shoulders out of the belt, extend the legs out, and step back. Good. Awesome, everyone. So before we go down to the mat, I'll just get you to adjust your belt again so that it's low to the ground again. Just that knee length position. And then one last time, we'll hold the belt. Start to bend the knees. Slowly, slowly, slowly coming down with control. Come onto the knees. And then on your tippy toes, hold the belt. Lift your hips up and go back. Extend the legs. Extend the arms. To a funky little back bend here. Let your head drop down and then start to bend back through the legs. Keep lifting your chest and then bring your head up slowly. Drop down to your knees. And then sit down onto your hips. Bring your feet out in front of you. And you can use your belt to start to lower your back down towards the ground and shoulders. Keep hold of your belt for just a moment. So we're going to place our feet inside of it to do bridge pose. So take your left foot, actually take both feet, and start to peel your hips the weight is in the shoulders, and start to peel your hips up towards the sky. So basically, all that's touching the ground is the back of your head and the top of your shoulders. And then you can leave your hands where they are, start to interlace your hands and walk your shoulders in closer towards each other so you can get more lift through your chest. Flex the toes, engage the glutes. Inhale, bring your chest up even higher, hips up. Exhale, start to release the hips down towards the ground. And then take just your right leg into the belt, left leg onto the ground. Take your arms out into a T position. Shift your hips to actually take your left leg and cross it over your right leg that's in the belt, and start to shift your hips to the right and come into a twist. So you're gazing over your left shoulder to your hand, feeling that deep stretch and twist through your lower back, middle back, upper back. Deep inhale here, and exhale. See if you can bring your left shoulder closer to the ground, a deeper stretch. And then slowly uncross the leg and switch the foot so your left leg is in the belt. You can see most of you, so that's good. And then take your right leg and cross it over your left leg. Shift your hips slightly to the right, and then start to, as you shift your hips a little bit to the right, bring your right leg over your left, your right leg over your left leg, and twist open with your head looking over your right shoulder. Oh, and feel that amazing twist through your lower back. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Another inhale here. And exhale. Uncross the legs. Place both feet into the belt. Swing your legs. That nice massage your lower back out here. Hands by your side. And then if you want, you can keep your feet in the belt for Savasana, or you can release your feet from the belt and come into a full grounded Savasana with your hands by your side, your feet spread out wide. Start to relax your whole body here. Close down the eyes if not already. Feel the connection to the ground, being supported. Just a couple of moments of stillness, absorbing the practice. Start to bring some awareness back into your body. Wiggling the toes, the hands, the fingertips. Reach your arms over your head. Stretch out long. Deep inhale. Exhale, release all the air out through the mouth. Inhale, start to bend through the knees. take your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees towards your chest. Bring your tailbone down towards the mat. Holding here for a moment. And then drop your knees to your side choice, so the right side or the left side. Into a fetal position. Maybe giving yourself a big hug here. Most of us are in self-isolation, so all we have is ourselves and the connection of social media and what we're doing now. And then slowly start with your eyes still closed, start to peel your body off the ground and come back into your seated position that we started in at the beginning of class. Placing your hands on your knees, sitting up tall, your eyes closed. Inhale, exhale through the mouth. Another one just like that. Inhale, exhale. On our next inhale, we will share one uniting together to seal off our practice. And yeah, sing for the whole world, send some love to all the people that are suffering. Next inhale, let's together. Beautiful. Take your hands to your forehead center, to your third eye. We are all one, yogis. Namaste.